All right. This is the Mill Hill special meeting for Tuesday, November 9th, 2021. We have the building committee members at Mill Hill are Jason, Melanie, Norm, and Jeremy. On the phone is Heather and Hector. Anyone else from the building committee? Anyone else? From Gilbane, we have Rob, David Stein from the architect. I have Sal from the town, and Kevin's also, right?
Yep.
And is Gerald on the call? Gerald? Hello? Do we lose people? Hello?
I'm still here.
Okay. And I have Jessica Gerber from the BOE. All right. So at this time, there's no flag, but if we can just stand and pledge allegiance. We'll go that way. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, is indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Number 2, project update.
Thank you. So at this point, we've successfully turned over Phase I, which was the last interior phase of construction. So really, inside the school, at this point, all we're really focusing on is punch list. There are a couple little open items, like our last major item will be finishing the cooler freezer, but that's been tied up with the shipping and a manufacturing delay due to the foam shortage. So we are still expecting that to ship before the end of the year, but it's one of those things that the target when the foam is arriving keeps being pushed back about a week. So that's something we're calling on every week and chasing to try to get delivered. Outside the interior punch list items, on the exterior, the portables are scheduled to be demoed by the demolition contractor over the Thanksgiving Day break. That'll then allow us to potentially restore the pavement behind the cafeteria for the playground. That's a little bit weather dependent, so basically if the Bridgeport paving plant stays open long enough until like mid-December, we'll be able to potentially complete that work this year, but it's kind of tied to weather and how long that plant stays open. Out in the laydown area, we're currently installing the sidewalk down to the playground. So that work, if it was a little lighter out and we could go out there, you could see we're basically taking out all the excess material at this point, prepping for that sidewalk and getting the grades ready. We obviously won't be able to really plant grass or anything there this year, but we'll come back in the spring and hopefully just be able to oversee that.
You plant a dry mix or winter mix?
We're going to most likely do something depending on when they finish and in the timing, because we do want to stabilize that. If we can't plant anything that we think is going to grow at all, we will put down some erosion matting. And we do have sediment and erosion controls installed around that whole site laydown area, so the site is contained per the erosion control standards in the plan. And then really just above us, we just have a couple little last items we're wrapping up on the roof. So there's 2 expansion joints we're completing, and there's a little bit of coping at the front of the school that we're working on. But after that, it's primarily either change order or punch list on the roof. I think that kind of hits on the major items. Our trailer will be demobilizing, so we're looking at disconnecting power on December 6th, then getting our trailer hauled out in December as well.
Any questions for Rob?
Comes January, what's going to be left open in terms of, besides the planting the grass and maybe some sidewalk work?
So it's primarily site restoration at that point, the grass. Potentially the asphalt where the portables are, depending on the weather. But it should be that pavement restoration and the seeding at that point. Outside of change order work, we are looking at some change order work that would probably roll in the summer of 2022, but that's outside contract scope.
And you'll be caught up with all your inspections, third party, yada yada?
Yep, correct. We started commissioning the building, so commissioning, that's a good point. Commissioning is ongoing, so we started that last week. The whole BMS system's online for the town to view, so that's been uploaded in the network, and the independent commissioning agent's starting to go through the building heat and HVAC systems.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Rob? Any? Going once? Going twice? Thank you, sir. All right, next on the agenda, approval of invoices. We're going to let Mark go through them, and then I'll call to a motion for questions and to vote. Go ahead, Mark.
Okay, there's 8 invoices listed. Well, I provided 8 invoices, only 7 are listed. They are Gilbane invoice 22, dated October 31st, in the amount of $655,873.33. Van Zelm invoice number 48893, dated October 26th, for $3,970.77. This is for the commissioning side of their contract. And then we have Van Zelm invoice number 48894, dated October 26th, in the amount of $6,381.30. This is on the testing and balancing side. Then I have 2 WB Meyer invoices, invoice number 120-026458, dated October 31st, in the amount of $550. This is for the storage trailer up at Giant Steps. Then I have another invoice, 120-025888, dated October 18th, in the amount of $585, and this is for the delivery of the conference room table. R.H. Lord, invoice number 34321A, dated November 2nd, in the amount of $600. This is for the existing folding chair end caps. Those got delivered to FPS, and they are invoicing for those. This was a change order that was approved at the last meeting. And then I have a United Illuminating dated invoice number 211025-01, dated October 25th, in the amount of $525.70. And this is for the electrical for the construction usage. And then I listed another one, Workspace, invoice 5049, dated November 3rd. This was for, I didn't list the price, but this is for the shortening of the nurse's cot. This work is scheduled for this Thursday, but I wanted to get in front of the committee pending completion and acceptance. I'd like to get this one approved after the fact by one of the committee members. This is for, or one of the vice chair, for the amount is $975, and this work will take place on November 11th, on Veterans Day. And the total for all 7 of the invoices, excluding the Workspace, is $668,486.10.
So at this time, what I'm going to ask for is a motion to open for discussion and vote on the invoices that Mark has mentioned. Do I have a motion?
Motion, Heather.
Versus Melanie. Any questions for Mark on any of the invoices? Any questions?
Yeah, for is it Van Damme? For the commissioning and the are we pretty much? This is the last invoice. I mean, are we done?
No, not even.
What
not
percentage?
Even, that's what I'm getting to now. Bear with me.
While he's looking, Norm asked if we were on budget and within our spend, and the answer was yes.
For the commissioning side, they're on the construction and construction admin, they're at 95%. They still have approximately $13,000 for final completion and punch list, and then that was for $9,000, and then they have a post-construction line item for $4,600. And then
Okay.
on the tab side, they're saying they're 40% complete on the tab side, on the testing and balancing side. Sorry.
Okay. Sorry, the last invoice was $975 for what?
Was for workspace, for the shortening of the nurses' cots.
I'm sorry, what is the trade? What is the trade or the consultant? What do they do?
It's a FF&E supplier.
Basically, the nurses' cots we ordered are too high for the kids at the elementary level, so we legitimately have to saw off the legs to make it so the kids can climb up and climb down safely, and we're going to keep that in-house.
Got it, no problem.
Okay. Any other questions for the invoices?
Are we voting with the 975?
No, not yet, because it may be less. But that's the
Jason,
max.
Jason, I know I'm not on the building committee, but I do have a question about, if I heard it correctly, the conference table is a separate charge of $585 or something.
Yes.
I just have a question about that, or at least a statement to bring it to the attention of the committee to vote on. That was a WB Meyer error. They neglected to have it on the trailers that were brought, that we paid for already, for those items that were brought back. They had it in their warehouse, and they had it in the wrong location. So it was a special trip to bring it. And I'm unclear as to why that would then be a separate charge if it was their error.
It was time expended by them to bring it back.
It was their error, though. I've just pointed it out to the committee. I mean, I don't have a vote per se, but I think that's important for the committee to know.
Then, you know what? That's something we should have a discussion with, and that's invoice number which one?
255.
255-888 for $585?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. We're going to look into that. Any other questions on the invoices? Any others? So what I'm going to say to put to a vote, we are going to approve the invoices as filed, except for invoice 120025888 for a total of $585 to WB Myers upon further investigation, and we can pay that either as the chairman and vice chair can approve that, or we'll report back, obviously, to the building committee. If there are no objections to that, I'd like to call a vote. All in favor of approving all the invoices with that one exception, say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Abstentions? Okay, that's passed. Next on the agenda, we have approval of ATPs
And proposals.
and that's all Mark.
Yep. There's essentially one of them. This is for the commissioning agent for the testing and balancing for Saturday work to bring the tester and balancer in to do the testing and balancing of the kitchen to get the kitchen open in the amount of $2,087.10. This is for the premium time and for bringing them in on a Saturday to perform this work.
Any questions on this? All right, I'd like to put to it's a voting.
Yeah.
We have to vote on
Yeah,
that.
you got to vote on that.
Motion to approve.
If there's any motions to approve, say aye. Norm, second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Abstention? All right. Next on the agenda, we have agenda number 5, approval of owner change orders.
Yep. This is I'm trying to get to it now, sorry. This is owner change order 19. This is for 24 ATPs that were previously approved. This is just to get the increase Gilbane's contract. The total amount of the 24 ATPs is in the amount of $103,571, and I can go through the ATPs if you want me to read them off.
In the packet.
Yes.
Correct.
So I'll just move to.
No,
All right.
I already read them, and Mark, you're okay with that?
Yes.
I mean, you review them.
Yes. They've been reviewed by myself and by Silver Petroselli.
Okay. And they had
I'm gonna ask for a motion for approval, which is by Norm, seconded by Jeremy. All in favor of approving the change orders, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Abstentions? All right. The number 6, what we need to do for our December meeting, just to give you a quick update, we're going to have one meeting in December. Again, I would like to start having them face-to-face at the school. The meeting will be the second Tuesday in December. At that meeting, we have to also discuss meeting schedules for 2022. A suggestion has been the third Tuesday of every month because there should be a lot less to do. There should be less conflicts with the BOE, correct, Jessica? No problem?
January is a big budget season, so that's your exception. But
Right.
once you get out of that, then it's usually the second and fourth Tuesdays.
All right.
Great.
So the third Tuesday of every month, I think we only need to schedule one meeting moving forward. And then obviously we can cancel it if there's not much on the agenda. So just keep that in mind. The earlier, I think, the better, so we can spend time with our families and not rush around, but we all have schedules and we're rushing around. But keep the third Tuesday open. We also need, on the seventh agenda item, is discussion for elections of officers. We're going to have to elect that in December. If there's anybody that wants to take over now. Are you sure? Are we sure we don't want to help you out for discussion? If there are no discussions, we can vote on that now and just move forward and then figure out the date in December.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So apparently there's no discussion.
Jeremy moved, Hector seconded.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. I'm sorry, Norm moved, Hector seconded. Okay.
So we'll keep it as is. Are we comfortable to make a decision on the schedule for 2022 now?
That's fine.
Third Tuesday, 6 p.m.
Oh.
PM. It would be beautiful.
It's very
7?
No, 6 p.m. is fine.
I'm going to do my best to get here at 6, and if there has to be a call-in option for a day, if it's needed, is that going to be okay?
How about 6:30?
So
6:30?
Traffic's from 3:30 to like 7.
So whatever. All right. Why don't we say 6:30, the third Tuesday of every month in 2022? So if we can put that to a vote, do I hear? We have a motion from Melanie, second Norm. All in favor for third Tuesday at 6:30, starting in 2022. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? All right. Hearing none. It's a special meeting, but any comments from the building committee? Any questions?
No meeting in 2 weeks, right?
No meeting in 2 weeks. Our next meeting will be December the 2nd, 14th. You have a COE meeting? It should be relatively quick. We just voted on 2 of the things that are on the agenda. Huh?
We'll
We
make
might have
those.
some. It should be quick like tonight.
December 14th, it's going to be 6:30 as well?
6. It's on the schedule for 6.
Yeah.
But we can make it a special meeting if we need to.
No, that's okay.
6 p.m. December 14th here at Mill Hill. And now, in the honor of Terry Ackley, do I have a motion for adjournment? Melanie, second. All in favor? Aye. Have a good night. Thank you.